maybe we can get into our review.
Let's do it.
Ice camera action, it's review time. Dennis and Adam, we gon' blow your mind. We're stepping up to the plate, ready to swing. Analyzing movies like a scientist would brain.
All right, we're going to tag team this one, but I'll let you take off after we get the trailer.
Hi, Monty.
Hey, Jack.
How was your day?
Not great. How's yours?
There he is!
We're in college, Monty. These are supposed to be the best years of our lives. I just want to have a fun night for once.
Where did these come from?
Oh my god.
Presenting Mints. It's an incredible high.
No. Come on. No. No. Come on. No. Come on. No. Come on. No. Come on. No.
You feel anything?
No.
Are these duds?
Oh, no.
It's an incredible high. So long as you take it with pizza. Without pizza, it'll blow your brain straight out your...
What?
I am Snackatron 3000. To receive your pizza, meet me in the lobby.
This is 2 flights of stairs.
There's no way we'll make it to the lobby. There's RAs.
Room check!
We are not of sound mind.
Let's do this. Why are our heads exploding?
Earlier tonight, when I was in your room, and I spotted a tin of mints.
You are not coming with us.
You guys can't just leave me here. There is a final phase that I didn't mention. Your worst nightmare comes to life.
Oh, God, no.
And shoves a chainsaw up your...
We gotta get that pizza.
What is happening?
Please give us our pizza! We need to eat pizza!
All right. As you just heard, that is the trailer for the film Pizza Movie, starring Gaten Matarazzo and Sean Gambrione. Both well-known child actors. Now we're watching them in this role of these are college students who they kind of get picked on by everyone else in the dorm. These are not the popular guys. Trying to unwind one night. Their handle of liquor is destroyed by the bullies who live in their dorm. But in the scuffle, a tin of quote-unquote mints is dislodged from a ceiling tile, and find out, oh, these are drugs. Well, let's just try it. Let's take one and see what happens. Only to then discover this is some crazy designer drug shit that unless you consume pizza before you hit the final phase,
which they just so happen to have ordered right before taking the drugs and knowing the rules.
Yes. They then they will experience something absolutely horrific. All they have to go and do is retrieve this pizza and they'll be fine. But of course, roadblocks and hilarity ensues. So this actually, I have to say, has makings of something I was really enjoying. Right out the gate, I loved seeing these two kind of set up the type of people they are. I think they did a great job in a short period of time of portray. Like, it's like, oh, totally get it. They're charming. I feel for them, but like, wow, you guys just kind of let everyone dump on you. Like, you could tell that this is a result of their own decisions. We find out why over the course of the film, but I like their chemistry. And then
Wilson, they were great together.
Lizzie.
Yes.
Once we get all three of them together, they're very funny. Has a lot of very Harold and Kumar-esque elements that you're trying to incorporate into a film like this. But what really annoyed the fuck out of me is all of the other shit they kept trying to distract us with or put it up in our way. I did not care about all of these RA scenes they kept giving us.
Yeah, that was a little blub.
It slowed the movie down so much for me when
Mm-hmm.
I was so into watching their hijinks and the crazy hallucinations, and
Because that all could have happened without the RAs,
yeah,
who have their own dastardly. Essentially, they want to get all these kids who have broke the rules to be
or they just don't like.
banished to essentially to get banished to a dormitory that's an hour and a half away from the school,
4
and they're
hours
trying to
away
get
from school. It's
incriminating
so
evidence off their phones, and there's one person who can unlock all their phones because he has a face that is so bland it can unlock any phone, and it might be one of our main characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. I feel like this is kind of like Harold and Kumar meets The Raid. Like, just wacky. You got to get through all these different obstacles and floors. And like, I went in only knowing, all right, it's about these kids getting high and they got to get pizza. I didn't know. I knew it had the Stranger Things guy, but I didn't realize it had Adam Goldberg from the Goldbergs. I'm like, I love this kid. And then Lulu Wilson from fucking the movies that I really liked. Wow, I had it a second ago. What the fuck is her movie? Not Mandy. Lulu Wilson. Fucking fuck. Becky. When she was the little kid, she's killing Nazis and like, oh, fantastic. Seeing her with the three of them together are great. And then you have like these like popular kids that are using Lulu, and then you have like Sean's character is in love with this like kind of interesting girl who's into like this death metal type music. That's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot going on here. It's one of those movies that's self-aware that it's a movie. It breaks the fourth wall. It just makes things awkward and crazy. And I honestly thought I was going to hate this movie, and I rather enjoyed it. I'm surprised by this. One character I love the most is Snackatron or Snackbot.
Oh,
I'm like, I love that little guy. He reminded me of in Harold and Kumar Christmas, Wafflebot, one of my favorite characters in a movie, a little robot Wafflebot that makes robots, and he gets Harold and Kumar into situations. And I don't know. And then we have a cameo here where we're getting the voice of a butterfly. That was interesting.
Yeah.
Didn't see that one coming.
Yeah, that was. I did like hearing the internal dialogue of the butterfly. That was great. It's like we keep calling back to this butterfly. It better fucking pay off.
Right.
I'm like, all right, that was fun. But that's the thing. That's the shit I was on board with.
The wacky, zany.
That's what I'm here for. I don't need the fucking lead RA guy to sing me a song that goes on for so long. I don't need a whole animated sequence of seeing why this other hall is so bad. I get it. Like there was so for me, I as much as I really, really enjoyed those aspects, the other aspects of it. It's when you hit these other notes, for some reason, it just turned it so sour, and I just sucked all the life out of the movie for me. Then the next scene was just trying to earn my trust back. And then, finally,
just to lose it again a few scenes later.
Yes, and I was getting so tired of that pattern and that rhythm they were following. Like, you could cut 20, 25 minutes out of this movie, and I think it would be so much better. I just want to see. I want to see the journey. Put a little bit of the RA stuff in just to establish, yes, they're bad guys. But like that first room bust that we see, where the guy's like microwaving his macaroni and cheese, goes on for so long.
Yeah, and they really live in the lot. They overstay their welcome in a lot. Some of the times it's funny. Most of the times, not so much.
Yeah, it just sucks the life out of the movie, and for me, it really hurt it. Like, detrimentally hurt the film. I'm like, at least cut a couple of them out. You don't need all of that shit in there. I am here to watch these guys try to get their fucking pizza. All right, Sydney, the new RA. The 32-year-old guy who came back to college.
Yeah, I was waiting for something to pay off from that. And like, he had his little scene, but not as much as I wanted.
The sight gag was funny. But it's like, it was still kind of unearned. I'm like, but I feel like if that was on its own and we got a lot less of the other stuff, maybe that would have played a little funnier. But some of the gags just didn't, I don't think, lived as well. The all become one was like, oh,
that one wasn't very. Yeah, that was a little overdone and
especially
to be such late in the stage of the gimmicks. That should have been something earlier, something a little less.
Yes, that would
not
be funny.
your main fucking final act sequence almost.
Yeah. Like there were beats I liked. No cursing. That was funny.
Yep.
To get all the way through having to try to ask her out, like, and then when they discover they're through the phase,
just saying that word multiple times
over and over.
And it's like, ooh, okay, this isn't gonna work.
I see that's so heartbreaking for me for this movie is I really, really liked some scenes, and then I really, really hated other scenes, and it didn't level it out even for me. It just really hurt. So like I wanted to give it higher marks, but it's really hard for me to justify. Like I couldn't see myself watching this ever again. Honestly, I don't regret watching it, but I'm like for movies of this flavor, there's a lot of other stuff that not only would I watch again, but I have multiple times. In fact, Val put on White Castle last night, and I'm like, see, it's still fucking funny. The first one.
You know what it kind of reminded me a bit? It reminded me of The Binge.
Yeah.
That the Purge type drug movie.
Yeah. That was
like I would like to see these characters in something else. Like give them like just dealing with something. Like case in point, we could have just had the whole movie about like these guys are on the drugs and people hate them because of what happened, or just the fallout of what had happened, why they hate them. That's a movie in and of itself. We don't need, like you're saying, the RAs and this and that.
Because to that point, you helped me remember to keep calling that fact back. The football team. What you did the football team. Oh my God, you said it like 10 fucking times before you finally told us anything about the situation. I'm like,
and then it wasn't as big a payout. It's like, that's it? Okay, sure. Cool.
Yeah.
Way to waste it.
But I did, there's things like, I thought it was fun when they broke the fourth wall. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
This is
I really like the grandpa stuff.
Yeah.
Or the writer's room.
The actor they casted to do that too. All I could think of was Sneaky Pete when he came on screen, but played his uncle.
I didn't watch Sneaky Pete.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I like the cast and the creators, but never got around to it, sadly. But he's in that.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's one of the main characters. But yeah, it's like they had so many good elements, and they just shit all over the good things they had going for him. They needed a little more restraint, I think, when writing this one.
Yeah, I think these guys came from SNL, so it's like now they're like, oh, we don't have Lauren to stop us. We don't have anybody telling us we can do what we want.
I liked a little bit of Sarah Sherman we get in there. I think she's really funny, and
she's been popping up, and I saw her in another movie that just came out today on streaming, and I'm like, oh shit, she's getting around.
Nice,
and back last time I saw Sandler, she was one of the openers. I'm like, oh, she has pretty good comedy, like stand up. I think she just put out a special. I haven't watched it, but from what I saw her live, I'm like, oh, she's got some funny shit. Like whenever I see her in SNL, I don't see much of SNL, but I'm like, she just has this look that it irritates me. But like her characters are great, and I like what she does, and just enough of her in this movie, I think.
Yeah.
But
so yeah, it's one I wanted to like. I was excited to see, but I feel like I was let down.
Fair enough.
For me personally. What about you, man?
I liked it, and if anybody wants to hear me wax poetically about it, not as much as we're doing here, I dive deeper into it. I'm going to be putting out, or it's scheduled to go out, a full video review of this on our YouTube page this upcoming Friday. So if you're listening to the show the day it comes out, it's probably already out at this point. But I'm going to give this 3 slices of toast.
All right.
How about yourself? Where are you at? 1.5, 2?
You hit the nail on the head, sir. 1.5.
I get it. It's not perfect. Like I think I said in my video review, it's not for everyone, and it could be tighter. Sounds like we're both.
Yeah.
I have a dumb sense of humor, so movies like this. In the post credit, I'm going to talk about 2 other movies I recently saw that I thought I was going to hate that came out this weekend that I actually was surprised by.
And that's the thing. I normally like. I feel like I too can enjoy a lot of what you're describing, but for some reason, it's just this particular mixture. I did not like how they tried to execute. Like, it just left a bad taste in my mouth. And, like I said multiple times, it's the RA scenes. Cut 15 minutes of those, cut at least two of the big ones out. I probably would be bumping this up to at least 2.5.
Fair enough.
If it was way more focused on just our main three and the surrounding characters that they are interacting with, I would probably be at 3 as well. But they just, why did they let it run away from themselves? Like,
yeah. Well,
yeah.
Hey, so judge it with your own judgment.
Yeah.
You might like it, you might hate it. If you've seen it, let us know in the comments if you enjoyed it, if you hated it, whose side you're on, or if you're just going to pass. We'd love to hear your takes. All right, so I'm going to move on to a movie that just came out recently. It is a little movie called Lee Cronin's The Mummy.
Ooh.
She's been missing for 8 years.
Hey, Butterfly. It's Mom and Dad.
What was our daughter doing in a 3,000-year-old sarcophagus?
I just want my daughter back.
Lee Cronin's The Mummy, rated R, April 17th.
All right, so right out the gate, this movie is like a handful to say Lee Cronin's The Mummy, not The Mummy, because you don't want to get mixed up with Universal's The Mummy, which is having the resurgence now that Frasier is coming back and Wheeze. And this is a Blumhouse Atomic Monster release, so it's a little bit more airy, creepy horror, not really action adventure like The Mummy we know and love. So premise, as you heard in the trailer, you have a family. They're living in Cairo. The dad's like a news anchor doing like shots overseas, and the family's living there, but they're about to go back to America. But right before they go back to America, their young daughter, who's about maybe 6 or 7, gets kidnapped, and nobody can figure out what happened. 8 years later, our family is living in America. Life's gone on, and they get the call that their daughter's been found. They go, they bring her back, but she's kind of comatose, a little eerie, a little creepy looking. Weird things start happening. Oh, she's a little possessed, and shit hits the fan. It's interesting because I didn't love it and I didn't hate it. I'm kind of in the middle. It wasn't scary, but it was creepy. It had vibes. It had that eeriness, like it looked cringy, like
unsettling.
Yeah. And like even when they're in Cairo, it's like okay, and then when they're in America, like they're in the Midwest, it looks like they filmed in another country. I looked it up. They're filming in Ireland, so I'm like, all right, that's why it looks different. But they're going more for the gore and over the top creepiness. Like they're going to like make you like flinch. It's not jump scares. It's more of like
disturbing
fucked up stuff happening. Yeah. But it walks that fine line. And like, I don't know much of the cast because I just don't. The only person I know is the dad, Jack Rayner. And but everyone's giving it their all. It's good. It's creepy. I was intrigued the most because Lee Cronin is the guy who made the last Evil Dead movie, Evil Dead Rise, which I loved because it was eerie and over the top and gory and just a new, fresh take on Evil Dead. And this felt more like it's akin with Evil Dead. Like if you didn't tell me this had anything to do with The Mummy, I'd say this could be an Evil Dead movie, down to ancient texts and recordings of creepy things and paranormal stuff. And I just read today, apparently Lee Cronin has said, yeah, this takes place in the world of Evil Dead. And it's like, fuck you. You don't decide that, but I guess you do. I don't know. So yeah, the reason they call this The Mummy, because the girl is found in this ancient sarcophagus wrapped up in like she's mummified essentially. And there's a whole reason for that, and it's unsettling. It's good. And the movie is a bit long for my take, but I don't know. I mean, if you're going for like something a little different, you're not going for jump scares, you're going for gross out. If you want to flinch a bit, if you want to see something, I guess I could see it kind of being reminiscent of The Exorcist because she's a little possessed and the thing she does, like it's eerie, it's creepy.
Yeah.
But I like The dialogue sharp. The cinematography is fun. And the characters are well fleshed out. It's a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
It just, I don't know, something feels off to me in an interesting way. I'm going to give Lee Cronin's The Mummy 2 slices of the toast. I'd watch it again, but it's going to be a while, I think, if I do watch it again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's all right. You have till, by the time it's streaming, it'll probably be a while.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know how it's doing at the box office. I haven't looked. I think it has like 13 million maybe right now. So doesn't sound like it's killing it right now.
It's scratching its money back right now instead of.
Yeah, not what you're hoping for. But I could be wrong. That's what I thought I saw earlier. Oh, but
interesting.
It's definitely. I find it odd that they're dropping it right now, opposed to this should have been released back in October. I think it would have been a better play, but they got to have their reasons, I guess. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So you have a movie that I watched the trailer for, but I'm intrigued to hear your take.
Yep. My next review will be for the film Thrash.
Yeah, that's coming in fast.
Must be a big one.
The National Hurricane Center has issued hurricane surge warnings for this area.
Just breathe.
They're saying it could be a Category 5.
That's what they always say, and then everything turns out to be fine.
Jesus Christ. Lisa! Get to high ground! Go!
Several towns are cut off from any rescue attempts. We're sending our prayers to the people of those towns. I can't imagine the dangers they're facing.
No car?
Just a little bit away.
Sharks on the loose! In the Category 5 storm! Let's move!
It was... I am not gonna have him die before he gets to take his first breath. Here they come! Bet you never saw this on Shark Week.
Wow. Okay. So funny enough,
that was the shortest trailer I could find, by the way.
I didn't watch that trailer before watching it. I might have changed my choice if I heard baby fucking shark.
I thought that was what it was. I'm like, am I going insane here?
Nope. That was a metal as fuck baby shark cover. This trailer for the film Thrash. Now, in case you hadn't inferred, given the trailer that just played, Thrash is about a southeastern coastal town that is about to get hit with like the largest hurricane they've seen in ever, I guess. For some reason, it only lasts like 2 hours or less or something. But in the wake of this hurricane and the floodwaters that then hit the coastal town, in come this huge horde of sharks that are all just screaming inland. And Jimon Honsu, our tentpole, our biggest name in the movie. He is a marine biologist who's been studying these bull sharks, as well as other sharks too. They do mention a particular great white shark, and he's kind of watching over his niece, played by Whitney Peak, she recently lost her mother, and now she has no parents, so she's living alone at home. And she's struggling. She's struggling with depression in her own mental state. And then our other main character that we're following is played by Phoebe Denever. Now, I'm not familiar with either of these two actresses personally, but these are the main characters, not Djimon Hounsou.
That's what the trailer made him look like. He pops in and out a little bit just to get your named actor in the mix.
Exactly. He's who brought the budget money in. So although it feels very soundstagey, they did a pretty good job of shooting these shots to the exteriors feel big. Like I do kind of feel like we're in a flooded town rather than a flooded soundstage. A lot of effects work, obviously. So the flood hits. Phoebe Denever's character, she's pregnant, and she's not from the town, so she's trying to get away. Of course, doesn't make it. She's now pinned. Her car is pinned in the floodwaters, surrounded by sharks, and she's going into labor. So it's like one fuck after another, and
damn,
it's right in front of Whitney Peak's house. So they kind of try to contain it to a couple of locations. And then we're also following a group of kids who just got adopted by these really shitty foster parents that are just taking care of them so they can collect checks, and that classic shitty story. And we're kind of just bouncing between the two groups as they're trying to survive these sharks. Jesus. I kind of feel like at points the movie is trying to decide what it was.
Yeah, I couldn't tell from the trailer. It looks jokey, but it looks serious, and it doesn't look like it's a low budget. It looks mid-budget.
It's pretty low. Like I artfully figured out how to do all the flooded sets, and there are several shots of actors actually swimming underwater. So like they did a good job of shooting those elements and making it feel authentic. The sharks, not so much. They look pretty, as CG as one you'd expect from something around this level. But man, this movie is just like, for how long is it? For an hour and 26 minutes? God damn, did it feel a lot longer than that.
That's been happening a lot, dude. Movies have been coming in under an hour and a half, but yet dragging so much lately. I don't know how or why this is happening so much.
It's, for me, I feel like a lot of the movie is just going through the motions. You get a lot of scary animal tropes. We check all the boxes. Because when I started watching this, and then Val came into the room. I was recovering from being sick this last week, folks. That's why part of the reason why the show was delayed a bit. But this is one of the movies one of the movies I was watching while I was sick. And when she came in, she's like, "Oh, you're watching." She thought I was watching Crawl again. It's like, "Oh, cool."
See, that's what I was gonna say. It looked like it was on par with Crawl, and I know you love Crawl, so I thought this would be a match made in heaven.
Crawl. That's what I was coming into it. That's what I thought too. And see, I didn't watch the trailer. I made the mistake of I just watched that scene that auto plays on Netflix.
And it was probably number one on Netflix the day you queued up Netflix.
It was in the top 5, I think. Because I watched it like the day it dropped. Or no, it was a couple days after it dropped. But regardless, I was really hoping for a Crawl-like movie, because even Crawl works so well living within its constraints. I'm like, okay, this is going to be like that, but with sharks. Not even. It's so much more about like all of the other things happening. The baby getting born, the mattress she's laying on floating up into the ceiling of the house. Like the logic doesn't make any fucking sense. How this third floor is flooded almost all the way up to the ceiling, but in the other house where the kids are, they're just kneeling on the fucking dining room table. I get it. Topography, we could be different elevations. Blah, 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 blah. I know, but it just.
But do you know?
Everything seems to work out by a matter of convenience, whether good or bad. It's just it's always the easiest answer to get through everything, and it's just now we're here and we're here and we're here, and the whole movie feels like this on this rhythm, and we just got. And I'm like, oh my god, I wanted to like it because my experience with Crawl was so unexpected, and I did not think I would love that movie as much as I ended up loving it. I came in to this film with kind of almost those expectations. Now, not nearly as high, because I'm like, you can't just do that again. I was right. You can't just do that again.
I also got a little bit, maybe, I thought it would be like a mixture of Crawl in that CN movie from a couple of months ago. Or I'm saying it wrong. The Sharks in Paris.
Yeah.
Anything like that, or not? Nothing.
Oh my God, I forgot about that fucking horrible thing. Jeez, that's right.
Both Netflix movies.
God, and I tried to block that one out. That was yeah. I thought it would just kind of be like a fun, campy creature feature, and it just got so wild and cheesy, and I don't know. I wanted it to just at least have fun with it, and it was really hard for me to. I don't know if it was just the state of me still recovering, but I just like Val even sat in with me for about 10 minutes, was just like, oh, what? Oh God, this is like, I know, but I'm gonna get through it now. So, Thrash streaming over on Netflix right now. I'm also going to give this one 1.5 slices. It's really hard to justify seeing it unless you're just really into the creature feature horror style. I get that. Maybe just give it a watch just to see how, the set pieces are cool. I think the sets themselves are interesting, but the performances were pretty lackluster. The writing itself, I was just not. It was very flat. I don't think it was nearly enough depth and of range for these actors to really dig into something other than just screaming all the time. It's just for trying to make it look like a female-led, like an empowered character. It did not play off that way. They still ended up being written as damsels in distress, when you could have done so much better. Especially when there's opportunities for things to get punched at more, and then that decision wasn't made. And I don't feel like the couple times they do get to thrive or excel, I feel like now we weren't earning it. We should have been doing that a long time ago. I don't know. I actually wanted to like it a lot more than I ended up liking it. So
fair enough.
Yeah.
1.5 slices for you.
What? Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll try to dig us out of this funk. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I have a movie coming out this Friday, 4/24, and it's called I Swear.
What are you doing?
What's all this nonsense?
Hey! Oh, God! What is the matter with you, boy?
It's called Tourette syndrome.
John?
An impulse in my brain that makes me do things or say things that I shouldn't.
I don't think Tourette's is the problem. People not knowing about Tourette's is the problem.
Hey!
Educate them.
I Swear, rated R. Opens April 24th, only in theaters.
All right, well, I'm not sure how much people watching or listening are up to date on all the award ceremonies and going-ons with the world, but a couple of months ago at the BAFTAs, there was a whole ordeal because someone with Tourette's in the audience was screaming out racist things when Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo were up there, or saying homophobic things when the host was up there, and just stuff throughout the whole night. And there was a question whether that person should have been there, whether they should have been segregated, whether this was on purpose, and just spiraled out of control, and nobody was taking any of the blame. And that was for this movie, essentially. The guy this movie was based on, John Davidson, was in the audience, and he has Tourette's, and they were promoting this movie there. So essentially, it's a biopic. It starts in the 80s with this young boy in Scotland. He's a normal kid, and then one day something happens, and he starts getting these little tics and starts stuttering and starts swearing, and everyone thinks he's just being a wise ass, and he really can't control it, and it just spirals out of control. Kind of separates his family. His dad leaves. His mom just has him on pills. Tourette's wasn't really a thing most people knew about back then, so it was like, all right, well, take the pills or don't, but you're kind of a freak type of thing, and he really didn't get out of the house much. And then we jump forward a couple of years. Now he's probably about 18, 19. Him and his mom are at the grocery store. He runs into an old friend from high school, and the kid's like, oh, why don't you come over to my house? and have dinner with my family. He's like, no, but I'll come over. And essentially, he doesn't want to be there because he doesn't want to offend anybody, because he like flings food at people, and his family makes him essentially eat in front of the fireplace. So if any outburst happens, there's not a big mess. But this family won't take no for as an answer. The mother's like, come in, because the mother of his friend is a nurse, and she understands people with disabilities and problems. And she kind of takes a shining to him, and she's going through shit herself. She is diagnosed with cancer. She doesn't have much time to live. And she kind of really likes this boy and invites him over to the house. She doesn't treat him any differently than anybody. She kind of wants to make him more independent. And essentially, this boy leaves his house and moves in with them and kind of betters himself under the tutelage of this woman, Dottie, and kind of becomes a member of the family. She helps him get a job, gets his own place. And it's just this beautiful movie about watching how, like, this guy can thrive with this disease, and then it becomes about like, maybe I got to own this. Like his boss at his job is like, you really should try to get people to understand Tourette's and like teach people about Tourette's and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just it's a movie I honestly never would have just walked in and probably wanted to see, but it was one of those mystery movies they have at like AMC or Regal. And I'm like, when I saw it came up, I'm like, this fucking movie. Because I saw the trailer, I'm like, it's not for me. But I was blown away. It's touching, it's funny, it's sad, it's moving. It gives a weirdness about this disability not a lot of people may fully get. Like, you think you know about it, but it dives deeper. Strong performances. I don't really know any of the cast, but the young boy who starts off playing this character, watching him be a regular kid and then get Tourette's, really good. Then he grows up to be this actor, Robert Aramayo, really strong performer. And the woman who takes him under her wing is this actress named Maxine Peake. She's charming and delightful and just a godsend. And then his boss at this his job is played by this guy, Peter Mullen. He's kind of this gruff guy, but he's really like, he looks familiar, and I don't know from what. But he's everyone's great except for this kid's family. Like, everyone's giving great performances. It has this interesting look, like you feel like you're back in the 90s almost. It's kind of flat and stale, but it works, and the set designs are just bland. But it has this charm and this likability, and I really, really like this movie, and I feel like it's 2 hours and 1 minute, just a little over 2 hours, and it just flew by. I never was I bored or let down, and it was just a fun time. Like, and it's beautiful. So it opens up this upcoming Friday. I highly suggest, if you're looking for something that the whole family can get behind. I mean, yes, there is some coarse language because of what the kid has.
Sure, yeah.
But I feel like this is a movie a family can watch, and young, old, anybody can get behind it. It's just something different, and it's not preachy, but it kind of is preachy, but it's not like religious or anything. But
yeah. The human condition and like that awareness of these sorts of things. You were talking about Peter Mullen looking familiar because you watched Ozark, right?
I watched a little bit of it, but that would make sense.
He's the he's the leader of the family, the farm. He's the main.
Oh, okay, the
like
bad guys,
the big bad in like all of season 1. Before his wife takes over. Yeah,
fair enough.
Great actor. Then several other things, obviously, but
and this guy pops. Him and this woman that plays the lady that helps him.
Yeah,
fantastic actors and actresses. Like, all around, just delightful characters. Nice. And I know this is based, it really surprisingly is to me, and I don't mean to demean it, but just not something
you would normally choose. Yeah,
but definitely worth checking out. Like,
nice.
Well, do you got to run out to the theater? No, you could wait till it streams somewhere, and it definitely would be worth watching at home. But now, like I said, this is based on true someone's life. I imagine they fabricate some things and make some things better than.
Yeah.
But overall, as a biopic, it's a pretty solid one. I'm gonna give, I swear, 3 slices of toast.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice, man. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
So you did dig us out of the hole.
I did. I just
There
had to
we
keep us
go.
on the edge. I should have
Yeah,
done
of
my
course.
old trickster ways and been like, this guy has
Wackadoo.
Tourette's and it's bullshit and this and that. I loved it. But I haven't done that in a while. I got to do that again sometime.
Classic move.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Wow, that's great to hear, though. I was curious about this one. Did hear a little bit about it, and
Yes.
No, please.
Oh, no. Go ahead.
In high school, a friend of mine, his uncle, or their uncle had Tourette's. So it's there's like the cartoony TV version that we heard about as kids. It's like that was kind of your exposure if you didn't actually know someone personally who had it. So like I didn't know how many other forms of it there were, and he kind of had it. He was on a bridge between a physical Tourette's stick, and he had an audible one too. Not very often, but every once in a while we'd get a little jump scare. But
and they kind of touch base on that later on when it does become him helping others with it. Like they show all the different types and the way that people have and interact. It's kind of cool to see, man. Because I believe that some of these people might actually have it, and like,
so that makes sense.
Yeah, but it's just so crazy to think back 20, 30 years, people didn't know how to deal with or cope or take. And the interesting thing is, like I said, the mother was like, just make them take pills. The doctor wants them on pills. And this woman who's a nurse is like, no, I don't think he needs the pills. The pills are making him worse. And it's just interesting because the mother resented. It's like, you don't know better than me. And it's like, no, she did, because the pills were making him like had this negative effect on him and not really helping, which was odd. I don't know. But the weird thing was, I saw this like a month ago, and it's now coming out. And like I said, this was part of the BAFTAs, so I feel like this probably played overseas before it came here.
Makes sense.
So,
yeah.
And it's always delightful to hear Scottish accents throughout a whole movie. It really makes things fun, especially when they're saying wacky things. Yeah.
Oh, that's fun. Well, that sounds really interesting though. I would check that out when it hits a streamer that we've got for sure.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably going to hit like a Hulu or something in a few months if I had to guess.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, cool.
Yeah, that's going to do it for our old reviews.
Yes, sir.